Monster Hunter Wild has officially hit overwhelmingly negative reviews for the recent reviews. All reviews are mixed with 157,000. 21,000 is overwhelmingly negative. We're looking at 12% being positive of that 21,000. This is pretty crazy and kind of big news because this game has had such a strong fan base, an actual massively strong fan base. I myself included in that. I'm a huge Dark Souls player. I actually started on Monster Hunter type games and ended up switching to FromSoft games because Capcom can't seem to figure out what they're doing with these games. I started in Tri and I fell in love with it. Tri was definitely a lot different of an experience than anything you're going to experience in like today's realm of Monster Hunters. These new games, well, let's just take a look at the negative reviews. A lot of people are talking about performances. This guy's saying the game itself is pretty fun, but the performance. This guy down here is saying, as a veteran Monster Hunter player, Wild seriously worries me. So he's worried about the fact that the game is basically an autopilot version of Monster Hunter. Back in the day, there was friction, he quotes. Well, that's what his quote, I guess. Where you needed to properly prepare for the monsters. And I agree with that. Back when I started playing Monster Hunter Tri, they actually cut a lot of different things out from the original games. They cut a lot of monsters. They cut a lot of weapons. I mean, there wasn't an insane amount of weapons, but I think we had 8 weapons in Tri versus like 10 or 12 in the games previously that they were building up to. They cut the monsters, they cut the equipment, and the game still ended up coming and being one of the best Monster Hunters of all time. So much so that people are still going on today and trying to figure out how to play the game online. And the communities come together and created, different mods and stuff to see if they can recreate that same thing. It's a whole lot of work. I've tried it before, and there's a lot of different things preventing it from improving. So hopefully we do get that. I actually wrote a review myself. Where is it? I want Monster Hunter back. I would honestly rather play Monster Hunter Tri than this pile of garbage. And it's true, because this game, I had some fun. I mean, it's a game. You have some fun. But I got it for free. I actually wasn't even going to end up buying it. I was like, this game's what, $70 base, $80 base you have to pay for this game, and I was like, I don't know if it's going to be good. The last Monster Hunter Worlds, was really fun. It had a really good feeling to it, but when they released the new DLC for it, they basically streamlined the entire beginning of the game to where they're like, well, we want you to get to the DLC faster, so they just gave you all the equipment. You go in, you don't need to prepare yourself, you just go in. It's a monster fighting game. It's really quick. Monster Hunter Tri used to be an actual hunter game, it felt like. You had to tag. In fact, that's actually one of the comments. I believe the guy basically talks about how you had to tag enemies, or he says now the monsters are always visible. Here it is, permanently visible on the map. And that's true. Like, you go in, once you find the monster, it's visible on the map forever, and I think it's probably always visible once you unlock fighting that monster. And the bird that you ride, your mount, quote unquote, you can control, but it's kind of difficult to control it. For the most part, the AI, the automatic, like, it literally autopilots itself and it goes straight for the monster for you, so you could just sit there and wait till it gets to the monster, and then you go in and you fight the monster and it's fine, whatever. The fights, the action is somewhat fun, but then aside from that, you have all the janky crashing of the game, the horrible frame rates. They haven't optimized it. This guy doesn't want to be that guy. Always some positive reviews, which is fine. You can have fun with this game, and maybe your computer didn't have as many crashes as other people. I don't know. But I will say that this is more of an idler than an awful Pokemon Go copy. I mean, seriously though, this game has been unplayable with the performance being so bad on this game, and now it's finally getting its just desserts with the overwhelmingly negative reviews. Like, this game deserves that, and it's sad because, I mean, Monster Hunter is just such a beloved game, in my opinion. The music, the soundtrack, right? The weapon designs, the monsters, obviously, the fact that you go in there and you're hunting these monsters. It was just one of the most memorable experiences that I've had as a I think I was like a 13 or 14 when I got the try on the Wii. The Wii at the time was the new system, and I remember getting that for my birthday, and I played that game so much, and it was so fun, and the online was amazing. And then the Worlds was like the new thing, and that had like the amazing graphics, and it was really cool. It was a fun game as well. This game just felt so lacking. Like, it's beautiful visually, absolutely beautiful. It looks amazing. The funny thing, though, is that when you're playing the game, you basically have to turn all the graphics down to low because it can't process all this while you're trying to play the game. The graphics are supposed to look nice, but they end up looking actually even worse than World. It's just not a good look for Capcom. I mean, Capcom's been kind of dropping the ball in so many different areas, and I am one to usually back a company if they've been hitting with banger after banger. Capcom in almost every other area has been apparently failing. I have a few friends who hate Capcom at this point. I myself was like, you know what? Capcom might suck, but Monster Hunter in general has never let me down. They've always been fun. I will say the drop back way that they've done it, where they kind of take things off and focus more on like specifics of the game, felt a lot better than whatever this pile of garbage is. And then, or if they decide to go with the action style, like Monster Hunter, what was that, Frontier or something? Monster Hunter Rise. When you go to Monster Hunter Rise, very positive, 90%, 83%. This game is, it's different than the normal Monster Hunter, but they know that it's not the normal Monster Hunter. This is more of an action-packed game where you're literally like an anime-style character fighting monsters. I mean, you got all kinds of different things at your disposal that lets you basically just tank attacks and just go and have fun, and you're just in there, non-stop action. The more story mode, story-driven Monster Hunters have always been very heavy on hunting the monsters. But it almost feels like they're trying to bridge the gap between both with this game, and it didn't work out. Not this time. And the funny thing is, that's my complaint about the game, was that the game itself felt so lacking and different and just in a bad way. I'm okay with changing things up. I mean, shoot, I'm having a ton of fun with Night Rain right now, and a lot of people hate Night Rain because it's totally different than anything they've done. I think it's fantastic. I love Elden Ring, I love Dark Souls, I love Night Rain. And I think that it opens up the door for new approaches to the series. This game maybe is a stepping stone for something else, but I'm not liking the direction it's going so far. And the funny thing is that's not even the biggest complaint. The biggest complaint, again, is performance. Fix performance. Fix the FPS. So this is my little rant here. I just thought it was hilarious. Well-deserved, overwhelmingly negative reviews. So hopefully they fix it. If there's more information coming out, maybe I'll let you know. I don't know, but you guys have a great day or night, and we'll see you next video.